welcome to the channel again. Today's really hot today, 30 degrees or whatnot in the UK. Today I want to talk about the channel because this prior was like an editing channel. I was editing here and I was keeping it just with football, with Star Wars, with gaming and whatnot. But I wanted to switch it to the direction that I believe is better. And I don't want to keep it to like in a way where there's too much complaining, there's too much, it's just me rambling on and on and on. Rather, I want to be putting solutions out there, ideas out there, and hopefully connecting with some of you that want to make a change for both yourself and the better of your community and where you are locally. It doesn't have to be worldwide. I'm working on two things right now that I want to mention. One is, I'll keep it brief and not tell you too much for obvious reasons. One is a notes platform, so you're able to take better notes, and people that are survivors of abuse or they are currently in abuse. I know that it helped me a lot to keep notes and have sort of a good, better notes place, where a system where I could gather my thoughts instead of the typical, blank notes where it's very tough to get your feelings and ideas across. So hopefully I want to make a better version of that. And I'm working on shopping as well. I think shopping is full of lies and there needs to be some clarity and community more in shopping rather than relying on whatever the salesman or certain hand-picked reviews that are keeping it relevant in sort of the market. So hopefully I want to make changes to that. Create a platform where people are able to see better what is the negatives of something that you're going to buy. And it's going well right now. Currently I'm making progress. It's just that I needed to learn a lot deeper the complexities and like the system that I'm creating, rather than having it loose and it work, but I don't know how it runs. I need to know how it runs to be able to solve problems and make it better. So just learning the infrastructure and trying to make a better us, personally. And because we live in a too much information era, there's a lot of information that is either too positive, that's what I've seen, about when you want to purchase something, it's usually just positive stuff rather than the negatives. And there's too much information that needs to be filtered, so that goes into the notes section of why you would need a note system that is better than current versions. The current versions of notes is really bad. So Apple and Samsung, the way that they are making notes is it's tough to use and utilize. It's okay, it's very basic and we need it to be very basic, but it's not it doesn't feel like home. It feels like I need to fill in everything, and I think that's a fundamental flaw. I think it should work as like a partner, and it should be intuitive. Like when you're at home, you don't redesign your home every single time, or like once a week you redesign your home from scratch. So I think that's a flaw, and that's what I'm trying to fix. So as you can see in the back right now, there is a YouTuber called, I think, Essa Jansen. I saw her newly and her videos, and there's other YouTubers. Shit, I'm sweating a lot. There's other YouTubers that are like Joel Terry, I think that's what he's called. Jr. You can search him up on YouTube as well. He talks a lot about relationships and about life and the reality of women, the reality of, dating women and having like being around narcissistic people. And that is all good and all, They raise the truths about the world and about themselves. But the problem is a lot of people are not going for solutions. He's still tagging, which I didn't like. I didn't like that he was tagging sponsorships from skin cream, like T. Shanley, and supplements. That's what he's selling. I just don't think that's right, because the topic that he's talking about, is not really related too much, and it's not trying to solve the problems. That is a part of it. So the one behind me, this lady, Essa Jensen, I think she's Swedish. She's making videos right now that are like McDonald's meal deals. She's making a lot of them every single day, probably 3 videos a day. And I think she has 2 channels, is what I've noticed. The problem is she's speaking well, and she's a lot of things that are useful, a lot of truth is needed in our society today. And because there's a lot of lies, there's a lot of pretending, there's way too much pretending, and that's a big problem, I think, in our society today. One of the biggest problems is that, and not reflecting, not making a change, not making actions to change yourself and change the environment around you. There's not enough of that. There's a lot of complying and going with wherever the wind blows and wherever the crowd goes. So she's adding to, truth, but she's not doing anything that is solving the problems that she's talking about. And instead, in her description, she's got that you can give her money, to continue making these kinds of videos and content. I mean, it's good because it's relatable. It's good because it spreads a lot of truth and makes people less fearful of spreading truth, which is great. But the problem is she's not working on actually doing things that relate to the problems that she's talking about. So socially, for example, she talks about socially we got problems, but she's doing nothing to create a community, create, habits, making a habits app, a software, a presentation, maybe products. You need to be either enlightened in different ways from words. So maybe you need to see a presentation about something. Visually, you need to see some proof. And to understand deeper, on a deeper level, that's fantastic. You're educating, basically. She's not doing that. She's just speaking and speaking and speaking. And not creating any products. Not creating any... hell, even if you sell some merchandise that is got to do with some stuff that you believe in, it's better than talking, So I think like this over this situation, and I want to make a change. Basically, I don't want this channel to be, and I'm not sure if I want to make another channel, that is specifically for this, or to continue with my main channel here. But my main channel, I don't want to continue to make this kind of edit videos, which I love, I'm passionate about, I love it, but it's not the direction that I want to go into. I'm choosing not to have success. I'm not choosing the success path because we have problems. We have deep problems. I had problems in my life, still do now, but it's certainly a lot less than it was before, especially last year and the year before. And if I'm not making a change, then, even if I fail, I just have to go into the direction that I believe in, rather than any sort of money, any sort of success, any sort of attention. It really does not matter. Because even though some socializing, even though some validation, even though people speak to you, they comment, and you connect. It feels good, but it's just not doing what is needed around me. You know, what I think I'm gonna do this as well. I'm gonna send some custom, key rings and like just I don't know what it's called, like a gift, something like that, a souvenir to my neighbors in this building, because I feel like a lot of people are not. I think everyone's isolated in this building as well. A lot of my neighbors are not, which is okay. It's completely fine to be isolated. It's just we're not like there's nothing. There's literally zero speaking, and there's like nobody knows each other, and nobody is just. So hopefully I can create a bit of ease and a bit of home feeling. That's one of my purposes in life. Hopefully I'm able to do this in the near future, and now, piece by piece, part by part. Some of it is going to be way more significant. Some of it is just going to be less significant, like this. And because I know it makes a difference, 100%. I've seen it make a difference, and I want it to be just home feeding. There's not too much logic behind it. There's not too much. It's just a feeling, you know. And for me to double down, go all into the feelings, I think it is what I want to do, rather than to be someone in society. I really don't give a fuck about that. I just need to be present in the moments, need to be myself, and need to create a feeling and a systems that help you. Maybe it's creating notes, maybe it's getting across that some products are unworthy to be trusted, because there's a lot of lies from companies and a lot of lies from people, unfortunately. A lot. I'm seeing this more than I saw this in 2015. Way more. I think the greatest value, the greatest step in humanity right now is truths. We need more and more truths for us to head in a direction that is more catered to nature and catered to the betterment of us, in general. And I'm not seeing enough of that. I'm seeing a lot of chasing. I'm seeing a lot of wanting to create some comfort for yourself and for your family, wanting to have some money, wanting to have some home, wanting to be off grid, or wanting to be, have a job that is going to make you survive compared to all the other people that is in your life. Wanting to be a good person. There's a lot of that kind of person as well, but I just feel like, wanting to be good is just not, it's just not it right now. There's a lot of, if you give a lot, there's going to be a lot of things that you can't take. You can't make shifts in society if you keep giving, and there has to be some sort of ideas being projected and some sort of just love being given unconditionally, with no strings, with nothing whatsoever. Just, I know that you also exist, and here you go. Here's a present, here's an acknowledgement. That's it. Here's a hug. That's it. I think this is what's necessary. We don't need more good people to give you £50 for no reason. We need more people, and we don't need more people to complain, talk. But rather we need the joint, the combination of speaking your truth and speaking your mind and your ideas, and also doing things that you believe is the right step for other people too. And if people follow you, great. If people don't follow you, who cares? Like, you tried. Just trying is completely fine and great. At least you tried. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I hope that I'm able to continue in this path without more problems continuing and like going into circumstances where I can't continue. I'll try my best to continue as much as possible. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next